It's kind of like the Baccarat Rouge 540 of 2023. Yes, only 5. You know, my friends, how much I love fragrances, and I try many from designer as well as niche fragrances, but only a handful of fragrances that were launched this 2023 really deserve being awarded. The first one, can you guess which one it is? And you know, interesting enough, I knew about the release of this fragrance, but yeah, I like a little bit more niche fragrances in general. So I didn't really give the opportunity until it literally arrived to my house. You're gonna say, how did it wasn't on PR? No, it wasn't. It was actually my oldest daughter who bought it, and I didn't even saw the bottle, didn't even saw the box until one day I was sitting down here and she was about to leave, and I sniffed a scent that it was quite familiar to me and so good. I mean, like, it was like, wow, it smells so good. And I turned and I asked her, hey, are you wearing Lita? And she's like, no, mom, this is a new fragrance that I just bought. I'm like, wait a second, because literally this fragrance reminds me a lot to Lita by Casa Moratti on the Search of House, and also to Bake by Acro. And I'm like, wait a second, what it is? And she then showed me this bottle, Dolce Gabbana Devotion. And what a masterpiece. I'm telling you, this is a masterpiece of a fragrance. It smells very alike to a lemon biscotti, or better yet, like a lemon meringue, creamy in a way. Even one of the notes is panna cotta. And if you know, panna cotta is soft, is milky, it's kind of lactonic. This one is not so much lactonic, but you can see that fluffy dessert. That's why it reminds me to a lemon meringue. The meringue on top, caramelized, but this is not overly sweet. In fact, it does have some rum, so it has a little bit of a boozy aspect to it. Oh my gosh, this is just incredible. Amazing. What a great release by Dolce Gabbana, and what a beautiful surprise. As you can tell, look at the dent that we made. I say we because I feel bad for my daughter, but definitely do not tell her anything, but I'm getting her a big bottle and a bottle for me. You're going to get a lot of compliments with this fragrance. It's a head turner. People are going to ask you, what are you wearing? And this is an ideal fragrance, I will say, for fall, winter time, morning, evening. It does have a great longevity. It's one of those fragrances that will not give you a headache, but again, it's a head turner. A lot of people are going to ask you, what in the world are you wearing? Because this is just so good. One of the best designer releases of 2023. But I think it's fair enough to go to a niche fragrance, and this is the ultimate clean girl fragrance, Valaya by Parfums de Marly. What a masterpiece of a fragrance. You see this clear juice? That's what it is. This is a fragrance that I see, say, Sofia Richie or Hailey Bieber using it. Very clean, very sophisticated, understated too. The way that it opens up is amazing. It does have all the hypes, but no. Don't think about Chanel number 5. No, that no. This is not at all and whatsoever. This has bergamot, white peach, mandarin, and it is a musky kind of scent, a mask, clean, outstanding scent that actually lasts. I mean, if say you spritz it and it goes, I don't know, on your coat, perhaps something that you're not going to wash immediately, believe me, the next day you're going to smell it. It's going to smell anywhere that you spray it. It is just incredible. The sillage is impeccable. You're going to get compliments and other head turners. And I should even call this video fragrances that are head turners, because these are just so unique. They are so different. This is not your typical mask, clean, linen. There's nothing linen. There's nothing laundry-like. No. Please, no. This is just elegance. This is classic, clean elegance. Clean lines, beige tones, ivory tones. That's what you need to think about this fragrance. It does have a little bit of florals too, but at the same time, it's very airy. Not too fruity, not too floral, not too musky. Just a perfect balance. And perhaps out of all the Parfums de Marly fragrances, I know a lot of you are going to be like, what? Wait a second. This may be one of my favorite fragrances. I know Delina is so popular. Oriana is beautiful too. One of my favorite ones is Delina L'Exclusive as well as Delina La Rosée. I feel this is just a little bit more unique and a mask fragrance that is completely different from anything that we can find out there. Definitely a must-have. Let's go for another designer fragrance. And this one, in a way, took me by surprise. In a way, it didn't. Why it didn't? Because this specific designer usually releases really good fragrances. And I'm talking about Burberry Goddess. Oh, well. This to me, I keep repeating it, this is a trilogy of vanillas. Vanillas in different forms. So it takes you still for a journey. Oh, wow. It is just so beautiful. If you're thinking, I don't like the name of this trend, but you know, the old money aesthetics, this is the one. This is the one because it is not your typical vanilla. It's not your baked vanilla, sweet vanilla. In fact, it does have some lavender, even ginger, which it gives a little bit of that zing that is so good. So yummy. And cacao too, which balance the fragrance in terms of having a little bit more of that nutty kind of note. This is just so good. And this is a fragrance that you can wear all day long. It's non-offensive, but it will be one that that person is going to ask, who is that girl? Is the it girl kind of fragrance. That's what it is. Think about, like, say, a Burberry coat, that Burberry attire. It definitely calls for classy, for timeless. Yep, Burberry Goddess is timeless. Going into a niche fragrance, and this one, I think it has gone even viral, but it is, hats off, a spectacular fragrance. And I'm talking about by Liquid Imaginaires Blanch Bête. And I have gone through so many samples of these fragrances, like so many. I keep buying them and buying them. And the only left that I got, in fact, is the first one that I bought just to test it. Then the other ones were, you know, the little sprays. So I'm planning to buy a big bottle. Yeah, I should, because I spent even more at buying samples. I went through at least, I will say, 7 of them, and you don't need to spray a lot. In fact, I'm just going to put it directly on my skin. I can smell it like from here. This is a lactonic fragrance that has a little bit of a white floral aspect with a tuberose jasmine. Oh, this is delicate, this is feminine, but it's a different type of feminine. It is not your typical floral, white floral scent. It is not. It has more than that. It is milky, it is musky. It does have a little bit of tonka bean, also incense, cacao too. It's like a melted white chocolate. And interesting enough, something that I'm just going to share with you, those who you know and that you're not new here to my channel. By the way, if you're new here to my channel, welcome. Welcome to all of you. I hope that you are enjoying this video. If you are, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. But anyhow, I do own restaurants and a catering business, and on one of my restaurants we have the pleasure to have a chef pâtissière, but a master chocolatier. She actually worked for a Michelin star restaurant in Italy, and we have a huge display variety of desserts, but mostly her truffles that are actually hand painted. Beautiful. What is the point to sharing this? Is because every morning while she's baking, preparing her truffles, I smell the highest quality, the most beautiful, the most creamy chocolates. And this one, it is a milky chocolate. To me, more of like a white chocolate. That creaminess that is just superb. It's beautiful. It's magical. It's musky at the same time. It's soft. It's tender. And it projects in the most delicate way. A masterpiece of a fragrance, worth getting it. And I will even say that this could be non-regret blind buy, and perhaps the most complimented fragrance and most viral fragrance of the year from another niche house, Guidance by Amouage. And this really deserves to be a viral fragrance because its performance, the uniqueness of the fragrance itself. You know what? It reminds me to posh pears. Actually, one of the top notes is pear, then hazelnut. I don't know, I imagine, and it reminds me a lot to a posh pear with a little bit of a hazelnut liqueur, a little bit of that vanilla in there. But this fragrance also has sandalwood, it has a little bit of a woody aspect. And one of the most intriguing ingredients to me is saffron. Yeah, that's what it is. In a way, I feel like it's boozy, woody, creamy, soft, fresh. It's such a unique fragrance. It's kind of like the Baccarat Rouge 540 of 2023. And not because it smells like Baccarat Rouge 540. This is like completely opposite. There's nothing alike, but more in terms of its uniqueness. It's super unique. It's something that you don't smell it often, that you will actually want to stop that person and ask, excuse me, but what are you wearing? It's a fragrance that is worth of a full bottle. I will highly suggest you, if you don't want to pull the trigger on a full bottle, then get a couple samples. That way you can see how it mixes with your chemistry. There are a couple other fragrances that I just tried perhaps like 2 weeks ago that I think perhaps they could have made it to this list, but I didn't want to include them on these 5 best because for me it was key that each of these fragrances hit on every point for uniqueness, performance, longevity, sillage, I mean all the many aspects of a fragrance, and this selection hit all the marks. I will be linking each of the fragrances on the description box below. I will also copy and paste the description box and leaving it as a pinned comment. Anyhow, my friends, now I would love to hear from you. Which is your best new fragrance of 2023? Let's just continue that conversation on the comment section down below while you're at it. And if you haven't done so yet, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. It will be incredible if you can please come and follow me both on my Instagram and TikTok. If you like this video, well, give it a thumbs up. Also share it with family and friends. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.